Wrong. There will be into the direct tomorrow, and I don't think I'll wake up in time for that. It's 10 in the morning, and not only that, since so long ago, I started watching it just like every other regular video. Watching the live stream live is just insufferable, too slow, too and engaging. Not very engaging. There were games coming up. Maybe.
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to today's episode of CEO, Dragonfly Energy is about to get a response.
Oh, okay. I'm still using the wrong earbuds. God damn it. That's embarrassing. Oh. Well,
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to today's episode of CEO, Dragonfly Energy is about to get a host response. I told him that he needs to drop the service loss that he made against the user review they honestly use this products. And one of the problems I'm noticing among battery companies is they tend to have different things on their websites at different times, and it is something that's starting to really fucking piss me off. But I noticed about Deep Cycle Systems, another piece of company in Australia, decided to sue a good friend of mine, Stefan Fisher, because he published an honest review. This over here says March 25th, 2022, and when we scroll down over here, you'll notice that we have something different. The battery will be determined to be defective if it fails to deliver less than 80% of free capacity during the warranty period. And if I search for the number 70 in my browser, you'll notice that it never shows up. So over here, you can see that this is the policy. Policy last updated June 14th, 2021. No change in date. If I take a look over here, this is October 28th, 2022. We have the same thing, 80% dimension 70. If we take a look over here, we have March 9th, 2023, still is 80. And then when we click over here, you'll notice that on November 7th, 2023, when we scroll down to the bottom of the website, you'll see that this is policy last updated June 14th, 2021. You lying fucking scumbags. I fucking dare you to sue me for defamation. So many people whose battery capacity drops 79, 78, 77, 76, 54% were not able to get warranty service. And many of these people did not have access to that archive website because many of us still don't know what we believe is honest. We don't think that right away we buy the product. We have to come up with a fucking offline host of a company's website and a warranty and a product terms and conditions so that they can't change those if the future not the product is false. DCS lost the case, Dragonfly Energy is what I'm talking about. So let me just let Will Brown, the person getting sued, explain first. I'm gonna let him show you these batteries and show you the quality of them. I'll do some of my thoughts before we dig into the text of the lawsuit. Today I'm covering a huge problem with Valborg batteries. If you have one of these, it might not be safe to use, so please watch the video. The problem that people are reporting is the main positive terminal is overheating. So one of my forum members sent one else so I could test it myself. I connected a charger and in a few minutes it was already overheating. So I continued the test and I got up to 250 degrees Fahrenheit on this terminal. That is not okay. And then it would randomly cut off. It would totally disconnect power. I was like, what is going on? So I went to the forum posting the messages from other members experiencing this, and they said that if you push the terminal to the side, it will make connection inside and it will start charging and discharging again. So we have a bad connection inside the battery, and not only is it causing it to overheat, but it's also causing it to intermittently disconnect. He has 3 of these batteries, and it's doing it on all 3 of them. And look at the color of the epoxy. This comes bright red, and it's so damaged by heat, it's a different color now, and it's cracking. As it got so hot, it melted the plastic cell holders. And here is the problem: the main terminal is connected with this bolt and these nuts, and over time it works itself loose. Especially for mobile applications. I can see if this is a van or an RV, this is going to go loose much faster. I wonder what Valborg will do to fix this. Also, it's probably overheating these cells. Looks like all of these are loose actually, and all the current has to go through this bolt because this is not touching the bus bar. That is dangerous. If you have these in your possession, I don't think you should use them. And this one's loose too. Oh, but this one won't overheat because the conductors are connected directly to the terminal. From this one, that little bolt is all it's holding it together, so it has a good electrical connection. That is scary. That is not good. Holy cow, it was that bad. And all the temperatures that I recorded were on the outside of the pack. Imagine how hot it's getting inside to actually melt plastic. There's deformation all the way over here on the BMS holder. That is a lot of heat. Jeez, this whole bus bar changed color compared to the other bus bar. If this is changing color, it's connected to these cells. Yeah, this is so bad. This is dangerous, guys. If you have one of these, take it out of your system. This is not safe to use. I hope Valborg comes out with a solution because they need to. Also, if you ever have a problem with any solar product ever, please send it my way and I'll make a video. I'll do all the proper testing, I'll rip it apart, and I'll find a solution. For this, there is no solution. You need to remove this from your system. This is not safe to use. I agree with you. I don't think that's safe to use, and I would not want to pay $5 for that. In fact, I would not pay $1 for that. That is useless to me. This is absolute garbage. I would not want this in my house. I would not want this in my boat. I would not want this in my car, my RV, or anything. This does not belong in solar stuff. In my opinion, this belongs in an e-waste classified facility. That's it. Now you can respond to this complaint of many other people that brought these issues, including the class action lawsuit that's being filed against them right now, the Burner versus Dragonfly Energy, which is one of the plaintiffs looks like is one of the biggest people in the industry. He's the president of the PICC, has worked at NEC and Enterprise Laboratory creating the US standards today. So usually they're going to say, okay, maybe we got something wrong. No, it's not a bug. You see this thing melting, not melting. Look like that. That's a feature. I should you not saying that this is not a bug, it's a feature. They literally wrote an entire section of their website explaining this is not a bug, this is a feature. Here's the email. One of our forum members got this response is from Matthew Adams from Dragonfly Energy Systems for Valborg batteries. To address questions that have recently surfaced about terminal heating and fastener design, it is important to highlight that what some observers view as failure is a safety device working exactly as intended. The aluminum nut used in our 100 amp hour pack's positive terminal is a purpose-built thermal failsafe. It is engineered so that the plastic deforms and disconnects when excess heat is present at the terminal. What in here is disconnecting? Let's read that again. It is engineered so that the plastic deforms or melts and disconnects when excess heat is present at the terminal. Having intermittent failure and disconnect is not a failsafe mechanism. That is a failure. People in the forum have brought up, this seems like an example of retrospective engineering, which is something happens that's horrible. Instead of saying, oh yeah, my battery screwed up, oh yeah, that's intended to work that way. And as JD Warren says on a related note, it was completely retrospective, ass covering bullshit. Surely they dig up the original design documents, describe the lines of oxidation as a feature. I don't know how many people decide to read through all this. I did. This is why I'm releasing this video on Sunday instead of on Friday, because I decided to try and really dig deep to figure out if I could find any proof of them advertising this feature before they got called out for their batteries melt. And I could not find the documents. I went to the 2017 BD10012 manual installation guide, no mention of safety terminal, the heat enable instruction guide, no mention of safety terminal, Dragonfly Form S1 discussing product safety, also no evidence of a safety terminal. In December 28th, 2023, Dragonfly has a patent application with a thermal fuse. It describes the thermal links are built on different resources, and I quote, based on difference in thermal coefficient expansion, the insulating component may expand axially relative to the electrodes increasing temperature, so the device may, and I quote, transition between open and closed configurations, temperature rises and falls. The technical note production terminal works the opposite way. By applying the software to the shutdown is primarily irreversible by design. So they're bragging about this as a safety feature. Getting their patent, we would expect that it's going to go super nuts. Oh, everything makes their product unique and amazing. They don't mention, they actually mention the exact opposite as a feature. The technical component manual for the Dragonfly does not go over any of this. And then on December 2025, Will Browse publishes his video. In February 2026, there's a class action lawsuit against them that says this positive terminal is a universal design defect and fire safety hazard. And that's when they finally say, look, it's a feature, not a bug. If it's a feature of my products and it's a safety feature, I'm selling a product. One of the primary selling points would be its safety, like gigantic battery. Wouldn't I be selling this product with that safety feature? Wouldn't that be a bullet point on my website? Wouldn't that be summary instruction manual in the patent anywhere? You find it a little bit weird that we can't find any mention of the safety feature in the past documented 9 years of this company's history? Back to Will. Here's the power supply that can charge this battery if it's set to 14.6 volts and 95.65 amps. This is what I use for testing. And let's see what happens when we hook it up. Oh, I just heard something. That was arcing. Let's turn it on, and now we're charging with 95 amps. Let's zoom in and see what's happening. There is arcing inside. That is not a disconnect. Show me any UL listed device that allows for arcing after it's supposed to disconnect. That's ridiculous. If I hold it still, it will get crazy hot. It's getting hot right now. And right now we're at 202 degrees Fahrenheit, and the temperature is rising. And the connection is so bad, we're not charging with 95 amps anymore. We're charging with 60 amps. And yesterday, I got this plastic to smoke even more. So we're getting more of this safety feature by deforming the plastic, and it's getting worse. This protects the internal cell structure by interrupting the current, preventing further heat buildup and thermal runaway. That is absolutely and utterly false. It is not interrupting the current. It is still arcing, and there's still current going through it. Next, there's more heat buildup, and we can measure it. This safeguard exists for conditions created in the field, such as loose external connections, systems operating outside specification, or uncontrolled short circuits. It is one of several intentional protective mechanisms within our packs and is necessary for our UL listing standards. Next, with loose external connections, you think that you want to get this hot enough for this plastic to melt from a loose external connection for this to not work? That is plain silly. This is not something that's reliable. Next, systems operating outside specification. Again, out of fuse. Also, the BMS has safety features, including overcurrent protection. If there's a BMS failure and it's cutting disconnect and there's a shorted MOSFET, and sure, I can say, oh, this is probably abused with an inductive load, but it's not. Everything works perfectly. What does not work is this. The overcurrent protection device is not disconnecting anything. And the final one is uncontrolled short circuits. What does that actually mean? Uncontrolled. If you have a short circuit, you need to have a protection device because you're not there to control it. You need to have a fuse or circuit breaker that's UL listed. If the laboratory is passing this as an overcurrent protection device, they need to be investigated. This is not disconnecting. It is not. And if this is the last safety mechanism, it's not disconnecting. Then this is not a safety feature. This design prevents heat from migrating into the cell stack, meaning it is designed to stop conditions that could otherwise create a thermal runaway event. That is absolutely and utterly false. Look at the color of this bus bar. Everything on here is overheating these cells, and it's not disconnecting. It is still arcing. This is 100% an issue. To say that this is a safety feature is wild to me. I've heard people say this. I've heard other channels say this before. And I was like, what are these guys talking about? And now the company also says it as well. And I'm not buying it. Look at it. Just look at it. Open up a battery. We're gonna get more people to post these. We're gonna make complaints. This is not okay. And if the lab certified this and said that it conforms to a standard, I question that. I think they should be investigated. You can show this video to any electrical professional and ask them, do you think this is a good design? I don't think they're gonna agree with it. Whoa, that was a big arc. Holy cow. Even say visible damage of the terminal is typically the result of the safety feature activating. If there's so much heat that it's changing the color of the terminal, that is not a safety feature. Imagine if I said that about a breaker on my home's panel. I'm like, oh yeah, it melted. That's just a safety feature. No, that's not acceptable. But something we noticed on the forum is that when people posted a Valborn problem, there'd be a video accompanied by it, and then it would be removed from YouTube randomly. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it seems a little fishy. I've been to their company and they seem like nice people, but that just seems a little weird. And those posts are still on the forum. Look for yourself. And luckily with my channel, my forum, we keep the information up. I deal with these companies all the time. And since I did the first review on this, I've opened up like 100 batteries, so I'm used to this now. And this right here is a problem. I don't think there's a single comment saying that it wasn't a problem on my video. Everybody agrees. Somebody at Valborn does not want to admit this. And it is a problem. If I say something stupid, there's 100 engineers to correct me. But this one, nobody correcting me. This is straight to the point. You just zoom in and show people what's wrong. It's not disconnecting. It's creating a loose connection, and that's the problem. Having something loose is not a disconnect. That's not okay. The point about home electrical panel is if I look at my home electrical panel, I get the breaker flipping is how I know that I'm safe, not by the breaker melting. If the breaker is melting and components are changing colors inside of it. That is not okay.
Unfortunately, I found a new problem. With the new machine, I cycled it 7 times. The first 2 times I pulled full capacity. Then on the third cycle, I pulled 76 amp hours, and I was confused. Why did this happen? So I tested it again, and I got 68 amp hours, and these tests were back to back. So it was getting worse. So I thought, hey, maybe it's getting too hot, and the BMS is cutting it out. So I let the battery cool down, and I tested it again, and then I got 103 amp hours. And I was like, great, it's working again. So right after this test, I tested it again, and I got 50 amp hours. And that was so bad. So I tested it right after, and I got 70 amp hours. So if you do back-to-back testing, you don't get the full capacity. This thing has a high temperature disconnect, and it shuts down. But how can I do my testing if we can't get the full capacity? So now we have a new problem. Keep in mind that the cycling I've done is charging at 49 amps and discharging with 99 amps. So we're using it as advertised. So if you do it back to back, you're not going to get the full capacity. And this is winter time. This is not in a hot environment. This shop stays at 75 degrees all year round for these tests, because these batteries like that temperature. And between the first test and the second test, I went to sleep, so I actually got to cool down and I pulled full capacity. And then the next day, I did this test right after this one. And guess what? It disconnected short. If this is certified to a UL standard, how did they not catch this? It's rated on the sticker on the battery for 100 amps, so I can't pull that. Now getting consistent results. There's no surprises here. Take your own Valborn if you have one and do this test. I really want to cut into it, but we need to get some more cycles on here. So I ordered a cycle machine, so we can put 100 or 1,000 cycles on this. This thing's rated for 3,000 to 5,000 cycles. We're already having problems on the 7th cycle. That's not good. Once I cycle it a lot, then we can open up and check the terminal and see if it's having the same issue. But currently, I have over 20 batteries being offered to me to make a video on that has a failure. But I don't know how it was used. And I want to cycle it as advertised and then open it up on camera to see what has happened.
Everything you've seen so far are just batteries that people send him. You don't know what happens. Now let's see what happens when he does this test on a battery that he purchases with his own money and tries on strings. The battery that he bought brand new and decides to test, and he's going to show you exactly how he runs the test. So I have an update for the Valborn battery. I bought it brand new with my own money to recreate the overheating positive terminal issue. And I put 30 cycles on it, and guess what? It literally melted. It's not the positive terminal. It's something else. And today we're going to continue testing it. I bought this battery brand new, so I know it wasn't abused. I used the proper size conductors. I torqued it to the recommended spec. I used the voltage that they recommend. And I used under a continuous discharge current and under a continuous charge current. I did everything by the book, and I didn't even test the surge or anything else. So for the first 2 cycles, I pulled full capacity. So I thought, hey, everything's working great. And then every cycle after that, it kept overheating. And at first, it was very predictable. I would let the battery cool, and then I could pull full capacity. But if I did back to back, it would overheat and then it would disconnect. It was working how it's supposed to. But then it kept getting worse. And I did 30 cycles manually back to back. And by the 30th cycle, I couldn't even pull more than 5 amp hours out of this thing. And the charging was getting crazy. It kept disconnecting randomly. I couldn't even do the test. I couldn't even cycle it. I thought, hey, maybe this thing's dead. All of that testing was at 49 amps charge and 99 amps discharge. So I lowered it down to see what would happen. So in the last cycle, I pulled 80 amps and I pulled a lot more capacity, but it didn't trip the over temperature circuit and it melted the case. But realized that all the problems I've been talking about was with the positive terminal. I don't even know what's going on under here. So today we're going to cycle it with 80 amps and we'll see how much it melts. We'll have a fire extinguisher next to it. But just to get this case to this temperature to melt this bad is pretty severe. So let's test this thing out and see what happens. So unfortunately, for the last hour, I've been trying to get this thing to work, but it's totally toast. It will not charge and it will not discharge for more than a second. And I tried it on all 3 machines. So over here we have it set to 60. I press on, we draw 1 amp for a second, and then it instantly disconnects. So we need to open this thing up and see what happens. Holy cow, this thing is burnt. All of these are completely loose. It is charged to a crisp. It's all because this plastic melted, just like on the positive terminal. All of this melted inside as well, and it's right on the cell. All right, we need to cut it open more because this is horrible. It almost burned a hole through the case. Holy cow. Having plastic holding bolts for conductors is not a smart idea, guys. This is such a bad design. It's crazy. Imagine how hot these cells got. They're right here. If this copper is getting hot enough to flake off and change color, that means these are at a really high temperature as well. And this was used within spec on the data sheet. What if you didn't? What if you use surge loads? So which side's worse? This connection with these loose or the positive terminal? I think this might be worse. Also, there's heat damage all the way to these screws. And these cells are discolored. And look at the BMS. It discolored the heatsink and the plug. And again, this has nothing to do with the positive terminal. This is another bad design. The tightness of this terminal is dependent on this plastic not deforming. And over time, some of my viewers were saying the plastic low. This will always deform. It's not if it when. And same is true over here. I mean, look at the charring in here. Discoloration of these metals is crazy. Even the plastic that the BMS is on melted. That was a lot of heat. I think this is worse than the positive terminal issue. Also, this is not a strenuous test. Take any battery on the market rated for 100 amps and charge and discharge with 100 amps. It will not do this. And for some people, they're not testing it very hard. With 30 cycles at the rated current capacity, and it can't even do that without smoking into a chart oblivion. That is not okay. This was a brand new battery, and it did this after 30 cycles. If you have one of these batteries, strongly consider swapping it out for a higher quality battery. This is not okay. Last week, I drove 2,000 miles in the snow to pick up 15 dysfunctional Valborn batteries. Spoiler alert, those 15 batteries. You can take a while to get to the test. I'm not going to keep playing stuff because he has literal hours of videos going over this, but I'm hoping to get the point.
What's driving me crazy is I'm proving this problem over and over again. And guess what Valborn Batteries posted? A public statement about this issue. They said that Valborn remains fully confident in the safety, reliability, and quality of the batteries our customers rely on every day. We understand that questions about battery safety are important, and we take those seriously by evaluating them through data, testing, and field performance. Some online commentary has raised concerns based on isolated demonstrations and theoretical scenarios that do not reflect how our bugs are designed, built, and installed and operated in customer systems. I just melted one of your batteries with 60 amps. It's rated for 100 amps. It's a safety issue, and this response is ridiculous. You guys are pathetic. This company is a liability to anybody that buys their products. I can make this happen on any battery anytime. You can reproduce it in a brand new battery. I've done it twice now with not that much current. I have all of my data public from my cycle testing machine and everything else. The links for that are under each individual video, so please check it out if you want to learn more.
Let's take some parts of this lawsuit. Trials also tested batteries after removing labor from critical structural components of fail-safe and validated results. Remove the batteries, lit lamp, conduct stage demonstration in this video, where we physically manipulate the battery. Terminal plan the force and electrical arc, then reacted on camera with theatrical excitement, move those big arc. Instead of acknowledging dragonfly explanation, technical note for the flaw in his test. The company claims when the lid is removed from the damage pack, the brass terminal is no longer fixed by the epoxy bond structure. With the terminal free removed, the torque from the attached cable drives continuous relative motion between brass terminal and aluminum bolt. The result is repeated arcing as recovered briefly interrupted and reestablished at each new contact point. This picture on video, but it is an artifact that is assembly, not a characteristic of the inside. Now, if this is only occurring as a result of an opening unit, the question I would have is why do these units look so cooked before he's actually opened? The battery that started the series read 200 degrees Fahrenheit at the terminal and showed heat, discolored epoxy while still sealed. Trials displays the discoloration on camera before opening unit, which can also be seen in this video. He then bought a new 100 amp hour unit with his own money and cycled it sealed. Within the data sheet ratings, its case melted at the negative side after 30 cycles. Control test that had it covered in print. After letting the battery cool down, trying to get an AEM discharge current, the negative terminal side of the enclosure began to melt. Its instrument is a 75 amp hour test cycle ran the battery sealed for its entire 99-hour life and opened it only after it died. So they're saying that the reason that it's having this issue is because you opened the battery, but the open battery because they looked like they were melting. Are you kidding? This has to be a joke. Let's go over the rest of it, nitpicking on his statements. He said, and when I tested it with Inspec as well. The lawyer's response to this is process testing is intentionally misleading. The battery life from a viewer who was already experiencing charging problems, taking any Inspec claim about its condition impossible to verify and started edition battery. No, he's not making a claim that the battery was Inspec when he got it. His claim is that he was testing it within specification, which brings me to the point that pisses me off more than anything else. Let's go to the part of his lawsuit that the user have something to shove up their ass. Process testing is intentionally abusive and invalid. The abuse demonstrated in the video and company release data included the charge current was simultaneously 49 amps, 30% over the 37.5 maximum specified. Now you are cooked. This is why you should have got that lawsuit on Friday, my friend. You feel that, don't you? Right through your suit. He's on this. I'm not talking about batteries. Where did you get these numbers from? So if I go to Battleborn's website and I scroll down and I look for the data sheet, go for the specifications, let's see if I can find myself a data sheet in better documentation. Man, let's go for the data sheet. I'm gonna scroll down to the data sheet, the battery in question, and it says max charge current 37.5 amps. Now, was it always like this? I'm not really sure. I don't know if I can trust a company like this. What's happening on the Wayback Machine? Oh wait, they're not on the Wayback Machine. Damn, I guess I can check and see if they ever had a different number over there. Oh, you feel that, don't you? Right through your suit, my friend. Let's check out the event. Battleborn BD1275. We scroll down. We're gonna go get the data sheet. What happened with the data sheet? This is the Battleborn battery data sheet for the BD1275. When I scroll down to max charge current, what number do I see here, asshole? 50 fucking amps. Don't gaslight me, asshole. I told you that the entire fucking internet was gonna comb through and find every single area where you've got something wrong. I gave you legitimate warning to scrub everything. I didn't even start looking until Friday. You lazy fuck. I'm not even mad at the fact you lied. I'm not mad at the fact you produced bad products. I'm mad at how bad you are covering it up. This is the thing for me. I'm so mad you did something wrong. This is why I mean, these no AI slop rules because people keep writing emails that are written by AI. I'm not necessarily as mad at the fact that people are writing AI generated emails. I'm mad at how fucking lazy they are to not take 5 seconds to make it not look like they cheated. You make over $600,000 a year, sir, and your company loses $40 to $70 million a year. You have shareholders equity of somewhere like $10, $11 million. You're probably gonna be gone in 3 months. You're lucky if you make it a year. $600,000 a year. I would expect the CEO at least be able to lie. But maybe that's what's happening with inflation. Maybe that's what's happening after COVID and Iran war and everything else. Maybe you need 7 figures to get a CEO that can lie worth the shit. It's fucking ridiculous. And when we read through the rest of the document, they start to imply that because Will had an affiliate arrangement that went away, that maybe that's why he's saying bad things about the batteries now. We had an arrangement with him from 2019 until 2025, and then ended and he started making bad videos. So what they're implying there doesn't even make any sense. Of course, if a company's products start to suck, I'm going to stop recommending them. This is something I've been doing for a very long time on my own channel. As I write, Dragonfly's theory of motives that Browse turns the batteries only have some money stuff. They did record including their pleading is more complicated. Browse first tore down a Battleborn battery in November 2019 and praised it. The complaint quotes him from that video. This has all test. Okay, finally we have a battery I can actually recommend. Dragonfly plays an affiliate relationship ran from January 2019 to October 2025. They paid Browse a total of about $26,000 over those years and then deactivated his affiliate link on October 2025. So the complaint chronology doesn't line up cleanly with the criticism only after the deal. And Dragonfly pleads that in August of 2025, Browse began posting negative comments about Battleborn and began asking his forum members to send to defective or failed Battleborn batteries. And then deactivated his affiliate link on October 2025 in response to growing negativity. On Dragonfly's own pleading, the criticism began when the affiliate relationship was still in place. Will ended the relationship because of the criticism, not the other way around. I do this on my channel all the time. Hako was making good products, so I told the delay using why I bought them, and I talk a lot about them. And then they started to price go up, quality go down, doing competitors, they came out their way up. So I show you just how poorly their $900 product works against the $300 product. And then when they started, we're not going to give you some apps, you can fix something, we don't need to sell anymore. That was when I said, okay, fuck this company, don't buy this stuff. When it comes to Repair Shopper, that was a great program that I used to use. I walked you through how to use it. I had no affiliate arrangement at the time. I was not getting paid by them to recommend them. And they made a really piece of software. And they kept updating that software to have features. So I told you why you should use it. And then they got sold to somebody else. They changed the terms to say that there's a bunch of new data collection and training on AI. And half the time it didn't even work. So I told people not to use it. This is normal. When companies get shittier, you stop telling people about their products. So Will Browse had an affiliate relationship with them. They started selling garbage. Will Browse decided not to have an affiliate relationship with it. It's not hard to understand. They're trying to make it sound like we stopped paying Will, so Will started saying mean things about us. When in reality, he decided that he was not going to tell his audience to use your products because they were bad. Now they do quote him saying that he's going to make more money recommending people somewhere else. And that is true. If I'm telling people that this product is $600 and it's not great, and I get 10% commission. This product is good. It's $300 and I get 10% commission. Which one am I going to sell more? Which one's going to get more affiliate? Obviously this one. Recommending your audience buy their product means more people to buy it, which means more money for you. It doesn't make sense to that. It's just basic fucking common sense. I have 97 emails in my inbox right now. 97 emails just about your company, going over every single thing that I have yet to put in that wiki article. And it's all going to be in that wiki article because I see what you do. You know that this class action lawsuit is likely going to sink you. Because you know that class action lawsuit is going to sink you. You need to discredit these people so that when they testify, they look biased or they look like a hostile witness. You need to get rid of Will Browse so they can't testify in the lawsuit against. And we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to allow Will Browse's credibility to be dragged through the mud. Yours should be. Will Browse is not the one that has 2 products with the exact same model number. They have 2 separate capacities listed on 2 separate data sheets on 2 separate websites. Will Browse is not the one that's putting archive.org other content. You or maybe I'm up to the idea. I'm wrong. I'm up to the idea that maybe it's just a coincidence that every battery company that sells pieces of products and lies to their users doesn't have a record on archive.org. Maybe they use an aspirin to be taken down. When I read this lawsuit, they're implying that Will started bad-mouthing their product because they stopped getting paid rather than Will decided I don't care about your affiliate revenue anymore because your products. And again, products can go down quality over time. You may have heard this term called gentrification on this channel. It's not just software and cloud stuff. It's virtually everything nowadays. Now let's say that you don't believe me. Let's say that I have no credibility. Fuck me. I hate this guy. Asshole with blue collar shirt. Let's say you hate Will Browse. Fuck Will Browse. Asshole YouTuber trying to monetize. Fuck him. Fuck Will Browse. Let's say you hate all this. But you believe Dragonfly Energy. Something important to go over here is something called warranty obligations. This is something you're going to see in our SEC files. Now to be clear, this is subjective, not objective. I can't tell you why it is they made this decision. I'm just going to read you my interpretation. SEC filing is something called warranty obligations. I run Repair Shop. It's not publicly traded, so I don't have to do this. But if I were publicly traded, I have to put something that says here's how much money I expect I may have to pay out in the next few years for warranty. So people come to my store and they get things fixed by me. If there's, let's say I think maybe 10 screens fail every year, the screen is $300 a piece, and I pay maybe $30 in labor for somebody to do it. I think I may have $800 in warranty liability. Now when I take a look at this, here's what I see. The warranty obligations from 2023 to 2025 went from about $300 million, from $500 million to around $800 million. That's a very big increase in 3 years. What I also noticed is that the revenue seems to be going down. So revenue fell from $64.4 million to $58.6 million. So this cannot be explained by them saying, well, we sold so many more batteries, of course we're going to have more warranty because we're selling more batteries. The revenue is down, but the warranty obligations are up. Now the way I interpret this is that people who work for Dragonfly Energy, people who are writing this report, in my opinion, do not have the highest confidence in their products. If I did less repairs this year than last year, I did less work, less sales, but I thought I'm going to have more people coming back for warranty. What does that say about the stability and quality of those repairs and my confidence that I have in them? They have some reason to believe, in my opinion, based on their own writing, that there's some reason that the batteries are all going to start coming back for warranty. I don't think that reason is they assume that consumer protection law is getting more strict in America because that's just fucking happening anytime soon. In my opinion, I'll leave it at that. But again, I can't read people's minds. I believe they're writing that because they believe that their own batteries are shit. I told you to drop the fucking lawsuit last week. You did. I guarantee you, the entire internet is going to be digging through every single data sheet, every single thing you've ever said, every single product you've ever created, every single engineer. Engineers can be very artistic in nature. More importantly, people who are artistic in nature, they really don't like scammers. They don't like people that make shit up. Above all, they don't like people that make shit up while selling unsafe products. I would suggest that you do a recall program on all these, but I understand why you can't. It looks like stockholders equity in this company is about $10 or $11 million. You could lose $40 to $60 million a year. If something is one way or another, it doesn't matter how this lawsuit even goes. Even if this lawsuit went perfect, you can't exist if you have 10 or 20 or $30 million in the bank and you lose 40 to 60 a year. There's no saving this. The only thing that I think could be saved here and salvaged is the reputation of the CEO. You have the choice to bow down gracefully, accept that it's over, and move on. It's over. It's just a question of whether or not you are going to take down your reputation along with it. Admit the wrongdoings. Admit that you took the wrong path. Do a mea culpa. People forgive. But if you don't give them an opportunity to forgive, they're not going to forget. I'll make sure of that. That's for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
Capitalism is what happens if you just let humans do what humans do. If you took away all restraints, all roads lead to capitalism.
I don't know. Most of human history weren't capitalistic. There's different ways we structure society. You could say all roads lead to capitalism in the sense that that is where we're at now. Capitalism is legislated for. It's not a natural thing. It doesn't just exist because capitalism requires very specific legislation that is globally enforced in order for it to exist. When the first colonialists went to like Australia, they tried to set up capitalism because it worked so well in the UK. The workers worked it for a little bit and they started, making the product, making the thing that they're going to sell around the world. They looked at each other and like, why are we doing it for this prick? Why don't we just leave and go over there and do it? And so they couldn't set up capitalism in the early days because they kept fucking up. There was nothing that legally bound them to that land. So capitalism requires like the Enclosures Act. We made it so that there was no such thing as basically common land. Why work for the king if you could be self-sufficient with your little community? So when they saw this happening, they had to legislate against it. They had to literally enclose off land. People couldn't just leave the places they work and go be self-sufficient. Eventually, capitalism succeeds or whatever. It's by eradicating the ability to be self-sufficient.
Now, ever since the internet took over the entire world, the type of stuff people have done for money has changed dramatically. Now, ever since the internet took over the entire world, the type of stuff people have done for money has changed dramatically. But to be fair, I have gotten a ton of entertainment value from watching actual troglodytes on my phone. People look at me as soon as I walk in. I look like a person. I'm gonna be honest, even the most idiotic YouTubers just cannot compete with how hilarious Twitch streamers are. Now, not gonna lie, as a chronic YouTube kid, I have been streaming on streamers my entire life. But once I found out about guys like Speed, it all just went downhill from there. Now, Now, every platform has their own set of idiots, but streamers have been my recent favorites since y'all know these millionaires ain't scripting none of their dumbassery, baby. And come on, I already mentioned him like 2 seconds ago, so let's just get him out of the way. From the funny kind of dumb people to actual menaces to society. So Speed started streaming like 2019. And bro, it feels so weird to basically grow up with this dude. Because 2022, he blows up with YouTube with his Talking Ben clips, and he's 16 years old. And I was 15 and made this video on him. Yeah, and nowadays he's traveling around the world, and I'm still a goddamn chud. Now, I also put Speed first on the list because this guy's an actual genius in the caveman's body. Because y'all cannot convince me he's in clip farming every 10 minutes, bruh.
A highly impressive performance.
We done! But don't think that Mr. Darren Watkins Jr. is off the hook yet, because I'm only calling him genius for his persona after he revealed his meat on camera. Like, if y'all think current Speed is annoying and fake, oh boy do I have a surprise with re-meat Speed. Bro got crypto scams, weird-ass conversations. Come on, he got banned from Valorant at one time. How do you get banned from Valorant, my guy? But let me move on to Speed's own predecessor, Flight. But you can call him FTC. Flight, do you stand up?
Yo, bro, come on! God damn it, man!
Now, Flight's been on the grind for like a decade now, and as a newer fan of his, it's great seeing him more mature and all fine and healthy. Because Jesus Christ, what went down 5 years ago, dude? But man, this dude's dome is still nothing but curry and dot pack. Like, this dude genuinely got 2 hours of just empty noggin compilations, man. How is that possible? Flight React is just a dumbass mofo, but he is smart as hell. Amen.
Now, chemicals and silicals, they come up. And that's 3 states of matter. Solid liquid gas. Solid liquid gas comes into another.
Wait, that's the clip, that's the clip, that's the clip! And you may be thinking, ain't Flight more of a YouTuber than a Twitch streamer? And I say, not really, because this dude won a streamer award and didn't even attend it! Like, bro got her wandering on stage for this dude when he can't even bother to go outside! Man, Flight be the type to glaze one basketball player's entire career, then just let Cash Nasty meet him instead. Like, bro, the outside world looks nice too. Why don't you try it sometime? Not for me, by the way, I'm just too good for that kind of... But it's okay, Flight. Your gifts are just as funny as Speed's gifts. And I think that's too many funny streamers, so I'ma balance him out with a piece of shit. So this entire video idea came to my mind right after Mr. Beast uploaded this challenge video with 50 streamers and ruined my day when Rakai joined in. And if you don't know, he literally acts like a CIA mission deployed to send black people back like 50 years. And this is not no Speed type clip farming, because this dude texts while driving, scams his peers, laughs at homeless people, and literally talks and reads like a caveman. Genuinely just a black Jack Doherty, man.
Look at me, chat. What's my worst feature, okay? Look at me, okay? Look at me.
And you know what made it worse? This dude got banned for 2 years, and Twitch said it was a mistake and lowered it to 30 days. Like, this dude's only popular because of Kai Cenat. So I can also, by my own terms, call him a nepo baby. Wow, what a great resume to show to a Filipino of all people, huh? Fuck Claudine Ko, by the way. And yo, 100 million saw you annoy El Rubius? Oh, hell nah, bro. You're done for, my man. And hey Kai, I know you're kind of done for now, but I'm including you in this video purely because of this clip. Why did you do that? Literally no one told you to do that. Why did you do that? Next up, I want to talk about someone even more unintelligible than Rakai. And I don't think I need to say any more than that because XQC, well...
No, yeah, I'm having a bad guy. I seen some of the documentaries. Okay.
What the fuck is you saying? You keep speaking German and shit.
Bro, I don't need to speak that. I'm not like a noble.
Now, XQC started off at the esports scene in 2016, but he eventually quit that stuff and transitioned to streaming, because that's much better than Overwatch, huh? But streaming has not stopped him from speaking half a language, gambling a McDonald's employee's salary every 10 seconds, and having the lamest reaction videos of all time. Like, I still remember when Lemino made this masterpiece in 2023, and then XQC just ripped that shit out for a quick buck to use for his daily gambling streams. Probably. Now, I made a video on this topic a few years ago, but like, XQC reacts to Israeli airstrike hits Gaza. W4 in the thumbnail, by the way. You just made Reddit real proud. Alright, sorry, DJ Toenail, because you got absolutely nothing on Albert and Einstein themselves.
Stop the cap.
Zeus and Bilou are pretty funny too, and definitely one of the greatest duos of all time. I'm talking Shaq and Kobe, Jordan and Pippen, me and getting YouTube strikes. But from the streaming side of things, y'all don't understand how much I've been locking in on the hood research department. Like Flight, Speed, yeah, they go to clip farm most of their gags. But this is a whole damn duo with nuggets from the trenches, man. Like, these two both came from college football and went out like... Alright, let's go back to shit. Like actual shit, bro. Who is living in this dump? Oh, okay, now I'm getting to the streamers I've literally only known from drama channels. So my take on them will be quite brief and you should take them with a grain of salt. But Asmon Gold, I don't care about any of your takes, man. What the hell is going on with your room, dude? Brother makes 3 trillion streaming bucks a year and still lives like a Discord mod, bruh. I mean, maybe it's a mental thing, but I just have no hope this guy will ever improve in my... Yes, the bar is so low, we're celebrating a millionaire cleaning his room. And here is another millionaire who, sits like that and turns my 12-minute video into a 41-minute reaction video, man. Clap it up, man. Clap it up to Mr. Slop King himself.
Rest in swear word, the metaverse.
Now, we're gonna be in hell for the last few streamers on this list, so let's have a queso break real quick.
This is all Filipino food? Oh, Filipino!
Okay, enough. But let's bring our boy Neon in. Wait, never mind, he's irrelevant now. Low Tier God is a streamer who started out in Street Fighter 4 and became well known for trash talking, having a fragile ego, trash talking to protect his fragile ego, and trash talking to a paralyzed dude who beat him. This dude's been toxic to a whole new level for an entire decade, and literally nothing has changed with this guy, except for him also adding motivational speaker and deadbeat dad to his portfolio. So that's great. And didn't this guy say in 2020 that he would call himself a failure in life if he kept streaming 6 years from now? Yeah, time is ticking, pal.
Best fighting game brought to you by Junk Food Arcades is Low Tier God.
Why do I hear booze?
Black people are last fucking place.
This is low.
Wait, what is that in the comments? Is this dude reacting to AI videos of himself? Oh, hell nah. In the last stream, I've had to learn against my will, had to nose max after getting frame mocked by an ASU Moid, got his cortisol spiked by Foids while gesture tuning, and got drug max despite the Foid Huzz climbing him to #1 ranked Chad. I can't believe I spent half an hour writing that one sentence.
Clavicular is king.
He is king.
Clavicular
My daddy.
Clavicular is
Oh, hell nah, bro.
Who
He
is
is
king?
king.
Who's king?
Clavicular.
Clavicular?
He's my everything and more.
He's everything and more?
Yeah, this guy's definitely the saddest of them all, since this dude is just a year older than me and we're both chronically online. Yet I'm chilling here in college doing pretty okay. And bro has gone down the complete incel misogynist kick streamer pipeline who injects shit into himself to look better. Bro, I'm chopped as hell and somehow I'm the one pitying you. This guy is literally the epitome of the influencer stereotype by influencing children to be actual losers on the internet.
I ran out of content today, so I went to the pet store and got an alpaca.
Jason, how about next time you run out of content, use your fucking brain and like come up with a good idea?
Yeah, there's no hope actual brains will be on here, huh?
I don't even know if I'm getting trolled anymore, bro. I don't know what's real anymore, chat. We don't even know reality from fantasy. Leadership. 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 We don't even know reality from fantasy. We don't even know reality from fantasy. We don't even know reality from fantasy.
Google almost never released Gmail because people internally thought it was unnecessary. Back then, email was already solved. You had inboxes, folders, attachments. What else do you need? But one engineer at Google called Paul started building an email app on the side. It was all part of a 20% project, basically something Google employees worked on as a side part of their job. And his idea was simple. What about instead of deleting emails, you can search for them, kind of like you search all your folders. This sounds normal now, of course, but back in 2004, this was quite the enormous shift, especially when Gmail launched with 1 gigabyte of storage. Now, this back then was insane. Other email providers offered megabytes, but Gmail was offering gigabytes. Well, 1 gigabyte to be precise. People literally thought this was an April Fool's joke, but no, this was essentially the start of something insane. Gmail was born.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newsway. There are too many games getting announced right now. In fact, today in this video, I think we're gonna go over more than 75 different titles from Summer Game Fest happening to the Xbox Game Showcase and then other announcements in between. So there's a lot to get to today. We're gonna try to move pretty quick here. And we have Microsoft talking about some exclusivity that they're gonna be attempting here going forward. So all that and more, guys. If you enjoy these videos, hit that like button, also that if you're make sure you subscribe down below. And we're gonna start right away with a new Star Trek game that was announced. And this is coming from Paramount. Remember that we had sort of seen Paramount say they had this game studio they're creating. They're going to have new games that were announced starting Summer Game Fest and even throughout the weekend. This seems to be one of those with Bloober teams. So you can see some of the trailer here. Now, this is Star Trek Shadow Frontier. Okay, it's set in the fractured mind of former Lieutenant Ro Lauren as she seeks to rescue an old friend by embarking on a harrowing journey of survival and self-discovery in Star Trek Shadow Frontier. It's available on Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. So I like the direction here because look, if you're in space and you're kind of isolated, it can play into the horror vibes for that, and that's what Bloober team is very good at. So you have Paramount Command, Paramount Studios, and Bloober team who seems to be busy working on everything. I like this idea for Star Trek game because it feels very different. So that's actually something really cool to look forward to here. Star Trek fans, but also fans of sort of that almost isolated horror genre in space. Also, there was a follow-up to Cassette Beast that was announced. Cassette Beast 2002 with this trailer here. And it's a jump back into the world of Beast in Cassette Beast 2002. Coming to Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and PC. That's going to be followed to critically acclaimed Creature Collector. Cassette Beast record, battle, and use with 250 plus beasts as you adventure alongside diverse companions in this monster collecting RPG. This is interesting because when Cassette Beast came out, I remember when it came past, I just want to win. Like, I'll download, check it out. It was like a Pokemon game with music themes, obviously cassettes, and it was done as 8-bit or 16-bit style. Here's one though where it still tries to do that because the characters themselves are like isolated characters.
What? It's too quick. Yeah. I had to enable VPN to work with the other one. Hold on.
Characters in a free space, and updating the visuals or the overall presentation. Also, with retro nostalgic look. But it's an interesting take on the Pokemon formula. So it's cool to see them having a follow-up here with Cassette Beast 2002. I mean, even also on multiple platforms. So it was also the weekend of remasters, especially something like Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee that being redone in Unreal Engine 5. I heard that in the weekend video. But we have another remaster that was just out of left field. We can see this one Matsu. They published Atari and developers Night Dive Studios and Montreal announced the Dark Logic remaster. It's a modern revival of the 1998 classic from Looking Glass Studios. It's coming out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC through Steam, Epic Games Store, and GOG. That happening this winter, and this winter can also technically mean it will come out in early 2027. It's been a while since I played the FIFA game. I will say Atari, they're doing exactly what they should be. They're staying in their lane, they're looking back for remaster projects, moving upwards with Night Dive Studios, digital clips, and it's good stuff. We do need publishers in the industry that are willing to take on these, I'll say lower cost, sure, but ones that are a bit more niche with sort of these remaster projects. But it's fun to have these older titles. I'm sure many people forgot about, were never heard of, get brought up, and it also made widely available. I mean, they're going back to Switch 1 and all different PC platforms with GOG even, so good stuff there. But I guess look forward to from 1998 coming back out this winter. Hey guys, some of the things that let's get into the big stuff. Let's start right with the Xbox Game Showcase that happened yesterday afternoon, and it ran for a bit more than an hour. There's also a Gears of War E-Day direct that happened where they showed off more about the game, but this was an interesting one because we got news going into it. The Gears of War E-Day would not release on PlayStation 5. It was almost like a 0-hour decision. Like there's apparently a chance that they were re-adding parts of the Gears of War announcement press release and stuff. And that was presented by Jeff Grubb leading into it the day before with all this going down. So actually, very, very curious to see what's going to happen here with the showcase, and they opened with that right away. And here we have Gears of War E-Day, and they went immediately into the game. But it was a fairly, I think, prolonged look at the game itself. And of course, they showed more again after the showcase ended. They're playing like a young Marcus Phoenix and Emergence Day, which is what they really want to show off. And they're saying that they have the technology to really do it justice here. That's active reload. Whoever's trying to do it, not the best of the active reload. But I see they want to show some of the fail states as well, where a person's like struggling with reloading the gun and getting set back up. But the one thing I noticed is that getting the cover looks really dynamic. Like the animation showed Marcus like falling in the cover. Also, prone a few times depending on how high the cover itself was. You know, like a bayonet rush where he just runs right into the person and annihilates system. So it was pretty cool. The environments are very reactive. The supermarket items are flying all over the place. They got that classic chainsaw kill at the end. October 6th, 2026. Okay, so we are 4 months away for this game coming out. It's an Xbox console exclusive. They made sure to emphasize that completely. And we're coming back to that a little later on because Matt, we did have some comments following up this presentation. Then moved to Fable, which I still it looks great. They're not showing as much gameplay as I would like to see. It's still kind of like in-engine style, but still we got the exact release date, February 23rd. And yeah, it's coming to PS5. That's next message we'll get to a little later. Of course, Xbox and PC. Halo campaign involved, and I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm not taking it as seriously because there is not a competitive multiplayer angle to this. That's why I think the scrutiny really begins with the next big Halo game. But they show stars there with the Master Chief. There's gonna be some new missions there. It seems like they're gonna be prequel missions to flesh out some more of the story. Roots are in there. New weapons that weren't in the original Halo Combat Evolved, and the suits. And I think it was fun. July 28th. So we're less than 2 months away from this one. Day one playthrough with full on co-op. Then we have Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy. All right, so more Plague Tale for fans out there waiting for this. August 27th on that one. Persona 4 Revival, February 18th, 2027. There will be a Persona 4 Revival broadcast. There's a live stream that's scheduled for June 18th, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern time. They say they'll go more in depth as to what they added or changed or anything else there for Persona fans. State of K3 from Undead Labs was here. The zombies look to be very aggressive. Right? They're really showing that off quite a bit. 2027 Xbox, PC, and PlayStation 5. Sea of Thieves, and while I usually tune out when I see like the updates for these, it's still genuinely interesting because it seems like you can just customize your own games within Sea of Thieves and create different cinematics using special camera angles. It looks like an entire creation. They did Team Deathmatch showing 1, and that's releasing update June 18th. Metro 2039 had a very good showing here. It looks super impressive with the lighting. They had night vision. The shooting looks really heavy. February 2027. Bad Magpie, which is a small bird that was causing chaos, and then the supernatural world was in front of them. I'm not sure, but 2027. Wolong 2 Wings of Ember. I'm pretty happy to see this. I did like Wolong Fallen Dynasty, so getting this one early 2027 is great. That one, interestingly enough, Xbox, PS5, PC, and Switch 2. Join us. That's March 2027. So this is taking place in the Hellblade universe, but it is a new game for the franchise. And it won't just be 1v1 battles where you're running everyone hangs out waits and you do like kind of cinematic. No, apparently it will be very fluid in terms of the combat. You're getting and knocking different enemies down and fighting all at once. Looks much more action focused. That's Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC. Fallout 76 had an entire update here that was shown off as Infestations available now. Doom: The Dark Age Revelations. All right, shotgun scene look cool. Like OG, old school Doom going on. But July 7th, like this massive sphere that was thrown around. Crazy Taxi World Tour. Wait to see Crazy Taxi takes turn. Offspring played immediately during the trailer. That was a great way to do it. So, you know, it's still Crazy Taxi. Looks over the top. Obvious stuff from the original release where you're flying down the road, the hills and everything. 2027 Xbox, PS5, Switch 2, and PC. Then covers some hardware. The Xbox 25 Edition Series X console with a translucent green with the Xbox logo, 1 TB SSD. All right, so this is set up here for the Xbox Series console. The controller though will be available separately. Right, so you don't have to like buy the system, get the controller. No, they will have a short release setup. I don't know pricing details yet. I would assume it's going to be fairly pricey based on the hardware in general for the baseline. November 2026, of course, comes out with 20th anniversary. Age of Empires 4, Raiders of the North. That's fall 2026. Minecraft Dungeons 2, September 29th. Magicians: The Devil's Deal. This is an awesome, super creative looking game. It's a magician first-person shooter adventure game. I think that's the best thing. Starting from playing cards around, get a magic wand, you get things with the staff, and then person like rose petals, and it looks really cool. Upper games and focus entertainment on this one. 2027. We have Valor Mortis. That's September 24th. Elder Scrolls Online: The Thieves Guild. That's July 8th. Flight Simulator 24th. The US National Parks update, and then Championship Ares is the game in fall 2026. Rare Winds that's available today. Castlevania: Belmont's Curse. Man, this looks good. This looks good. Art style, animation, super fluid. October 15th makes sense. Dropping in October. Halloween, spooky season. Very young. This, you know, watch this. I was a little confused when I was looking at it. It's anime style. It looks like a license, and then the person walks out and they realize they're just hanging out in like a small miniature town in someone's house. That's 2027. At least it looks neat. Persona 6 was there, kind of. I mean, they were showing it was just the logo. Green publishing, I guess. So there's Xbox, PC, and PlayStation 5. Spyro: A Realm Beyond. Spyro fans rejoice. Spyro's back. Toys for Bob is on it, so it's cool to see them make that announcement finally. Quick shot gameplay, flying around shooting. They say they want this to be like a big thing for Spyro. Hey,
Oh man.
Thing for Spyro. Hey, he's gonna take off. He's actually flying around for most of the game. I assume this will be the biggest game, biggest Spyro game ever made. Spring 2027. Xbox, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and PC. We close out. I think there was Clockwork Revolution, the style, of course, the steampunk style, very Bioshock Infinite, Time travel. We're changing course history. First person shooter with abilities of time manipulation, telekinesis. 2027. Xbox console exclusive. That's Clockwork Revolution, and then Gears of War. They close out Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 as a DMZ mode. I guess it's an interesting choice to go with Call of Duty. That's coming out October 3rd. Specifically for the closeout, because I feel like most people tune in.
Okay, I give up. Even lower.
Kind of like decided if they're going to Call of Duty or not, and it's necessarily pushed over the edge. Like, oh, now I have to get. Overall, I thought it was a great show for Microsoft, and I'll save my letter grade for later when we'll go over to Cole. Next, let's talk about Microsoft or Xbox console exclusives that they announced here. Gears of War and then that Clockwork Revolution title. Matt Booty has some additional comments to go over. We can see. Now, this is from Xbox. They transcribed this from Gamertag Radio. We managed to sit down with Matt Booty after the show. He says we want reason people to be on board with Xbox. Want them to have a reason to buy Xbox. Want them to have a reason to be Xbox fan. At the same time, we want to reward all players that have been with us for a long time. We know that exclusives are important, and that's why we got Gears coming in 2026 and Clockwork Revolution coming in 2027. We also want to be clear that our big multiplayer games and live service games are going to be multi-platform. If we promise something to players, all right, we're going to honor that promise, and then we're going to make the right decision and not the fastest decision. We're going to keep thinking about this going forward. Our principle is when we announce the date, we announce the platform. So it's going to be case by case, but we're going to be clear. And that's the thing. It still seems like they're half in, half out on this thing. It's tough because obviously for live service games, multiplayer games especially, yeah, you want to have that as many places you can. Then Gears of War, we assume that having a pretty good multiplayer that we're actually able to use the 100 million or so say PS5 systems before the holiday season, especially GTA 6 coming out. But they decided that will be an Xbox exclusive. So it's really hard to tell how this is going to play out as we go along. I'll tell you, the interesting one to keep an eye on, Blade, because they're releasing that tomorrow. It's not cheap, and if they make that a console exclusive for the Xbox, and they're still releasing the game on PCs. That's why I'm saying Xbox console exclusive, because to them Xbox on PC is still Xbox. But if they don't put Blade on the PlayStation 5 or the Switch 2, and they just keep it on Xbox consoles and PC, I think that'll be a pretty telling decision there. That they're really serious. They license it from Marvel. You know what, it doesn't matter the cost in that sense. It's still something we're trying to utilize to sell Xbox consoles, especially going into the generation. Otherwise, we'll talk about Summer Game Fest. I was thinking, guys, we're going to go through everything that was shown there. So let's start at the top. It's like Resident Evil, Veronica, it's a Code Veronica remake that's been rumored for quite a while. They did hang out a bit with RE4 or RE5, so it seems like they're trying to align all this so that it's in the timeline in its proper place. 2027, PlayStation 5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC. Studio MDHR. They announced a new hand animated Cuphead game in early stages, so it'll be there. But they have Mighty Cuphead Adventure, 8 visuals, new retro Cuphead game on the way. Alien Isolation, you got the trailer for it here. Awesome, really excited to see more about this one. Xbox, PlayStation 5, PC, and Switch 2. So it's a little surprise there. Switch 2 logo showing up during this Gen Atlas is the new UA game. So Shadow of the Colossus, for example, and I mean, giant robots are fighting third person shooting, really cool stuff. Keep on that one stuff. I think I'm still down. Web message, we have Stranger Than Heaven, January 15th, 2027. Snoop Dogg and Tupac were the game, which that was an interesting one to see how that played out in the conversation online after all that was done. Get Hacks is a first person procedurally generated action game developed for the Division and Little Nightmares. Alright, so supernatural elements mixed in 2027. Dead by Daylight, their 10th anniversary update actually a week from now. June 14th. Mortal Shell 2, open date is live now. Sam Raiders of Sophie, the Surface Slam is on now. That's 3 Black Flag Racing, still cool. The last one, really happy to see this is still alive. This game was concerns that got shelved. And get this, Platinum Games is developing it. And guess what? Paramount Pictures, that's the game studio. We just talked about earlier in the show. Here they are, Last Run, awesome stuff. Looking forward to hearing more about this game as we go along. There's a new Fortnite season that's currently on. Gundam Rogue Horde, it showed up and it was gone immediately. I like Gundam games, so I want to see more about that one. Extremely hard game. There were exits. It seems pretty hard to get across. So there you go. It's a tough game. Crossfire, look kind of interesting. It's a single player narrative driven for a military shooter. Control Resonance coming out September 24th. Guild Wars 3 fall 2027 PC and PlayStation 5. I like the first Guild Wars, and we get the second one much. I'm curious about the third one. The thing I always stuck out back then is there was no monthly subscription fee despite other others like WoW beating one. So I think we're checking out there when it releases next fall. Star Wars Galactic Racer. All right, decent amount. A lot of story stuff going on here. October 6th. We have End of the Abyss. That's October 1st. Last Harbor. Virtual Fighter Crossroads. This is a single player part of Virtual Fighter apparently. Okay, so looking like an action game there with hand-to-hand combat. I think Elements 2027. RuneScape. It's a thing. I remember RuneScape from way back in the day. There's more RuneScape as a game for it, so it's pretty cool. RuneScape fans out there. Mafia: The Old Country is expansion. August 14th, 1666 Amsterdam. 1666 Amsterdam was shown. We have Saul Genesis, the 3D1 horror multiplayer game from Bloober Team. They're again coming out to PC. Lords of the Fallen 2 has shown. We have Star Wars Zero Company August 27th for release date. The Blood of Dawn War. That's September 3rd, 2026. Where you try to open world RPG. Look kind of interesting because they were jumping through time there. The vampires. We have Among Us. There's a story on guard, and Among Us show was shown off here now. Stellar 7 First Light. They're gonna have more story missions coming out. They show Bulma there, so we're trying for that. Got the remake that's out now. Aeon, September 2026. There's a Cyberpunk crossover with Wuthering Waves. That's June 8th. So check that out today. Monster Wilds. There's Ascendance Massive Expansion that's happening in 2027. Get this. They randomly announced a Switch 2 version. Is it available? They just dropped on social media, so I'm not sure why it wasn't part of the announcement here. But there you go. We have Swords of Legend show. Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. That's September 2024. Side Racing Crossworld with all kinds of crossovers. TMNT, Avatar, Godzilla, Evangelion. Like, why not? This is weird. Attack on Titan 3 more information on that one will be happening on July 1st. They say they're going to go from start to finish with the overall story for that game in mind. Clutch, that's from Maverick Games. They show a bit more here for the story. trailer that's coming out spring 2027. The Chronicles of Medieval early access 2026. Sea of Remnants, and then Power 1.0. I think you forget that the game technically has not released yet, but it will finally starting July 10th. Wolf Among Us 2, the second build, also bring the pop from audience that's coming out 2027. And then Wolf Among Us Remastered, that's announced and coming out holiday 2026. So if you're a Gears of the Soul outlet, I guess maybe even more accessible for everyone later this year. Stellar Blade: Blood Rain. Okay, it's a sequel developed by the same team over Shift. Continues the story beyond the original game with the main character Evie. And you know what? I like the way this game looks. The overall combat looked faster, which is hard to Stellar Blade pretty quick. But this was more just okay. It's like a blade that was like upside down on a forearm, but she was just a knight. She was punching and kicking, and it was kind of a lot of impact. So they say early development, still and the way they show off the original like Prodigy trailer years and years and years ago, I think this one will change quite a bit as we go along towards its eventual release timing. And then Street Fighter 6 Year 4, they showed a couple characters there with Yasmin, Arjun, Bosch, and then Tifa, which was the big one, obviously the Final Fantasy representation there. And they weren't done after this. And Final Fantasy VII Revelation was fully unveiled. The high wind shown off immediately, and sounds like right away. You're skydiving off the ships, you're dropping into the Fortnite bus or Red Year, but they showed Emerald and Ruby weapon, and it seems like they're intertwined with the story in this case, and it's releasing simultaneously.
Okay. It's so over.
All platforms, the world looks expansive, a lot to do here, and they can seamlessly switch between characters during combos. Vincent, Sid, or Label, and their gameplay looks great. Vincent even had some calls to Dirge Servers like in there, and then the fifth system that comes with the job system, spring 2027. Quick close out there, by the way, for Jeff Keighley, who after Highguard kind of needed a win on this one, but I gotta say, for Jeff Keighley, this is the best summer Game Fest, and even Xbox has a strong showing. I think it's our Game Fest so far between State of Play, Xbox, and then Game Fest. Our Game Fest is the best one. At least that's the way I'm seeing it, but part of the complaining, we have more than 45 games that were shown for Game Fest, 28 games that were shown during the Xbox show, and if you combine those, like, man, it was a busy weekend. There's also State of Play for that, and most likely there's another announced today for sometime this week, so it's more than 100 games, 120, 130 games being shown all over the last 10 days, so it's ridiculous out there. Before we go to the comment, they will the poll, give the Xbox Game Showcase a grade. Okay, 50% coming with 27% with A, 60% with wow. Okay, so 77% of people who voted on this. There was a beer better. I think the B+. I will say the Call of Duty close out. So you look at the structure of the show, strong opening with EA. The close out Call of Duty is like, I was wondering if the close out was fire. I kind of feel like what if the Call of Duty one was like, okay, there's Call of Duty, it's like, oh, I feel like there was kind of bad. It was like, oh. So that's the only thing is, if you close out strong after strong opening, a strong show, I think that's I probably would have given it an A. I feel like, I mean, maybe they just have more data on it. It's up there, even in terms of Xbox showcases overall. And we'll finish up with comments of today's here. This is from Yang says, like the old days, and keep a couple batteries in your pocket replacement your one car ride. That's a very strong advantage. In fact, you could charge multiple batteries.
In the world where the Xbox showcase may actually be better than Nintendo Direct. How funny.
Kane Parsons, the director of the Backrooms, which became a name after being based on a meme, finds himself now also becoming a meme. Notably, the particular image looking at the camera has become the de facto representation of Kane Parsons, with it seemingly used in every single media release and statement. This coupled with the fact that most posts seem to obsess over his age, has led to memes using a particular headshot in tandem with some sort of reference to the fact that he's 20 years old. This seems to be the biggest piece of news that mainstream outlets have focused on ever since the Backrooms became a smash hit. Not that the movie is good or interesting or significant, but just that Kane Parsons is young. There's a conspiracy going around that traditional Hollywood is upset with his success. This conspiracy also explained by so many people who are convinced that he would never direct the Backrooms by himself, that he's too young and inexperienced to be at the helm of such a feature. This eventually led to the older gentleman meme, which Nanoboxing hopefully got in touch with before. It seems to have started when an account called Millennial Excellence commented, Kane has a history of lying. I remember reading a rumor that he isn't the actual director of the film, he's more of a face that A24 used as promotion, because the actual director is the older gentleman. His comment was shared in Kane's Discord server, he saw it and probably changed the nickname to the older gentleman, and then posted an image of a man standing to the side of him and to tell EO4. From there on, he posted that comment on Dolan Darkest video, and the rest is history. That being said, Millennial Excellence now seems to be on the side of Kane Parsons, so either the account has done a total 180 in their attitude, or was strong from the beginning. As a result, the fact that Kane Parsons being the director of the Backrooms has led to so many sub-memes and references before and after the film came out is significant, as it all ties back into that single headshot leading to the man becoming a meme himself. Plus, the Backrooms is now A24's highest grossing film of all time, sitting at 200 million at the box office, which is a monumental achievement. It just goes to show that the film industry is definitely changing, as it's no longer the time of Marvel superhero slot or reboots. Young people are flooding into new, smart, and interesting ideas take center stage with the big screen, and it seems like the Backrooms is heading this new wave of art. What made you guys immediately lesson index? Let me know in the comments below.
And remember, like and subscribe. Oh, yes.
It's been no secret that I love Go. Okay, I have spent many an hour programming on Go. I built an entire whole like Doom where 1,000 people could play Doom all at the same time via Go. I've been a big fan of Go for a very, very long time. It was one of my go-to languages that I reached for. Everyone building anything that interacts with the command line, anything that interacts with the system, very quick, very simple. And honestly, I just had a lot of warm feelings about it. But I do know it's a simple language. There's nothing about it that was complex. There's nothing about it that you could do or represent in a complex way. And that's honestly been a huge appeal for me because I could do so much because all I would care about, all I would focus on is writing about the problem as opposed to solving the kind of ancillary problem. And this has been going on for a long time. Just like you go to any Go project pretty quickly, you can feel at home. Everyone uses the same format. Every function effectively looks like you would write it too. Everything is pre-constrained in the exact same way. Because there's really only one way to write Go. But those days they're changing. We're going to be doing a lot of yapping here, so I hope that you're prepared because this is one of those passionate yaps where it's like I feel like my childhood's being ripped away from me. Okay, now before we kick off this whole Go apocalypse, I'm going to be yapping about. I do want to kind of give you my first introduction to Go. I think it was around 2015, 2016. I started writing Go a little bit more seriously, and of course I became so kind of Go brain.
The fuck? What the hell? Mish, it's my VPN. Jesus, why are you acting up? Fuck, let me. Well, that's. Nope. Disconnected from it. It's still. Man, this sucks. This sucks. This truly sucks. It was working just fine until. I don't even know who to blame for this. Was it the VPN? Was it YouTube? Was it my internet? What was it? What was my computer? Was the emulator? Was it? What was it?
There's certain phrases that I couldn't understand about other languages if you said to me like I wouldn't land them. A good example is I was at Facebook interviewing. Yes, I interviewed for the performance team. And during that time, they asked me a simple question, which was, hey, how do you return multiple values in JavaScript? Now, me personally, I'm in Golang, and I'm like, bro, you can't do that. Okay, Go has multiple return values. JavaScript doesn't have multiple. How do you talk about it? And of course, then the person they thought it was idiot because like you return an object dummy or an array. And I'm like, but that's one value. I just remember being so offended by that. I was just so Go, I couldn't hear what he was trying to say. You get the idea. I feel like I do so massive. It was just a stupid thing. Anywho, so my Go days have been long. I've really enjoyed it. I've used it for quite a few years. That I have to say, it's been one of my favorites. Before we begin, I'd like to say thank you to the sponsor. And it turns out that now Go, in Go 1.27, you can do generics even on method receivers. For those that don't know, for a long time ago, you could only do in functions. If you don't know what method receiver is, effectively you can create a struct and something that looks like a function hanging off the struct would be a method receiver. It'd actually be a function that's associated with some data, just like an object or class. And you can never do generics on that. You can only do it on free form functions, and that's it. But now in our new world that we live in, you can now do it on everything. So you actually see right here, here's a result object, right? And it can have a value or error. And I have it is okay function. Like, hey, are you okay if the error equals nil? Yes, you are. Okay, awesome. You're okay. And this is generic over the value b, which means I can also do things like this. I can return a result of type foo, which means it has an error. And I can go here and do all of this beautiful code where now I have a result object, which means I can write code that looks a bit more like this. I can convert a read operation into a result. I can then stringify from bytes, and then I can parse it on map and print it right here. If my file contains an error, it's going to let me know, hey, there's an error in whatever you're attempting to parse. If I jump back over here, go in here, jump this thing and say turn into 69, and nice, rerun this thing, you'll see right here, hello, 69, everything parsed fine. So I know this when people are looking at this and going, hey, I kind of like that style of code. This would be nice code for me to work on with Go. And I do feel this is generally nice code, but you have to kind of take a step back and understand Go from the very beginning.
The very mantra of those, there's one way to do anything. Do you think that this is going to lead to one way to do something, or now you're going to have a cornucopia of different ways in which you're going to do something? You're going to have code bases and have no idea how they work. You're going to have to go through layers of abstraction, whole new ways in which to express things, in which it's just going to be like every other language, just without all the convenience. A good example of that is if you want to do it, you can't do like a generic convert function, right? You can convert any function with any length argument into a result type. So it's convert 1, convert 0, convert 2, convert 3. I tried many times to get some version of this working, and I could not seem to get this version of this thing working right here. Whereas something like this in TypeScript is very easy to do. Like, okay, there you go. You can convert any amount of arguments into this. And so it's like the actual genericism that Golang is providing is in fact not that good. But then on top of it, it's just going to make every code base completely different. And this was the entire argument, by the way, as to why they were not going to do error handling. Error handling has historically always been the butt of a joke for when it comes to Go, because if you want to do something like this print sum, you have to take the two strings coming in, convert the first string into a number, which result in error. That makes sense, right? Convert hello into a number. Well, it's not a number, it's an error actually. So there we go. We have error. Convert B. That's doing error. Finally print, then finally returns. That means this is error handling code, error handling code, error handling code. That means there are 1, 2, 3 lines of actual code, whereas there's 1, 4, 7 lines of code dedicated to error handling. And this has always been a big problem. Now, I personally have enjoyed this kind of error handling because that means every single time I do something that could error, I know it and I have to explicitly handle it. Now, granted, there could be some more ergonomics around it, but nonetheless, I actually really appreciate that about Go. And the reason why they said, no, hey, we're not doing fancy error handling, okay? We're not going to be throwing in tries. We're not going to be throwing in some sort of extra error capture up here. No, we're not going to be throwing in little question marks like we're okay, we're not doing any of that shit, brother. Okay, we're going to keep go, the end. And honestly, you may not like that, but to me, that is okay, because that's one thing I've appreciated about every code base is the same. Now we have a whole new set of problems. We now have iterators. So now you're hiding what's actually happening. Again, another thing I love about Go. Everything you did, you understood the cost. When you need to iterate over a list, you could understand what's happening. Now all sorts of stuff could be hidden from you due to iterators. We now also have generics. And in fact, this led to a very good article called Go's evolving in the wrong direction. Because here's the deal: if you want a fancy type system, don't use Go. So now that they're adding all these features, you still get all the crappy type system of Go. That was good because the way it was, an unabashed procedural language, right? It's purely imperative. Nothing about it was fancy. But it's like you get Rust-like. You get kind of like the worst version of Rust or the worst version of TypeScript. If I wanted those, I should just go and use those other languages. They have significantly better items to offer. If this is what I was going for, I used Go for what it was, not so that it could look like every other language just with a new set of syntax. This is the thing that really bothers me about Go. Go knew what it was, and that's one thing that was very special about Go. A strong standard library, a very simple language. Now, yes, could they make error handling better? Absolutely. Could they have made enums of any kind? Absolutely. And I think that would dramatically make people's life better. But they didn't. They've chosen to actually add the language ways in which make it so that every code base is going to be so bespoke now and so much different. It's going to be so much more frustrating than it used to be. Go is no longer the language I like. I don't want to use Go anymore. In fact, I kind of found its spiritual successor. So Odin right here, the language that you see right behind me, this thing I've actually really enjoyed because it reminds me so much of Go. It has package level or directory level packages. So everything inside a directory now shares all the types. I really prefer that over file level modules. I like package level modules or package level directories. Not so much. It also has explicit overloading. I really like it. It does do some polymorphism, parametric polymorphism, and all that. But honestly, I rarely even feel like I need to. I just program the problem and it works. The language looks good. It gives you complete control over allocations and how memory works. And it's just so straightforward, absolutely lovely to work with. And that's because Odin knows what it wants to be. It's an unabashed, simple C-like programming language designed and geared towards games and graphics and that kind of nature. Go used to be the same thing. It was a simple kind of system level, server level language that was designed to sit in this intersection instead of being like complicated Java land. You have something super simple. The build tool, the formatting tool, how you run it all into one. It was a self-contained, self-packaged language with a very minimal package management system built into it, so that you didn't actually overrun your project. Like it knew what it was. But now, for the first time, I feel like Go is having a spiritual crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Now, apparently, it wants to be Rust. It wants to be like, okay, I guess we have C++ light now. Fantastic. That's all I ever wanted in life, right? I just wanted another thing in which I can have massive abstraction and find myself type masturbating all day instead of actually solving the problem at hand. Thanks, Go. Anyways, I say all this because I'm just getting all fired up because it's like one of the languages I found very appealing due to how different it was from everything else. Like I knew that when I used it, I was solving a specific problem. It was like the best tool for the job. Like it had a very nice kind of one-to-one reach. And now, like Odin, it feels like that too. It has a very defined purpose. I feel like I can just reach for it when I need to solve a certain problem. I don't feel that anymore. And it just makes me feel a little bit. I'm not, hey, I'm supposed to do this as a YouTuber. Hey, bro, hey, what's your opinion on this? Honestly, are you laying down some opinions? Maybe smash that like button and the subscribe or something. Like I haven't asked this in a long time. I haven't asked this in over 100 podcasts. So let's just do it for old time's sake. Okay, me and you, we're gonna feel better together. The name is the function. That's another robot vacuum over there. This is home. Let's see if he can find his way home. He's trying to do it, bro. Believe it. Everybody, come on, you can do it. Use AI. You're an AI powered vacuum. Find your way home. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to go first, bro. You can do it, bro. Believe me. No, it's an angle. No. Oh no, you're drunk, bro. I'll try it. You can do it. You got this. Oh, you're drunk, bro.
Jesus.
This is after making sure every sensor is clean with the microfiber lens cloth that I use for my camera. Oh boy. You can do it. You little $550 vacuum. I believe this thing is $550. Honestly, I deserve this $550 in a vacuum. I deserve it. For being dumb enough to spend $550 on a Chinese vacuum, I completely deserve it being drunk and not worthy. Especially an AI vacuum. Who buys an AI vacuum? Alright, here we go. This is kind of like when Opus went from 4.5 to 4.6 and got dumber, and a lot of people saying it got dumber, and a lot of people just gaslighting people saying it didn't. And then a month and a half later they came out and said, I found a couple of issues with it. Come on, you can find your way home. Believe me. You drive like a fucking Texas Senator. Come on. It's not that hard, man. Oh, no, you're so close! You're so close!
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Fucking
hell. Honestly, I think this is the perfect metaphor for our current economy. This is one video on YouTube, and it's I forget the name of the channel, maybe you probably find it. It's a koala. It's a koala, and the koala is trying to climb up a tree, but it's not a tree. Somebody painted a tree on the wall, and the koala keeps trying to climb the wall because he thinks it's a tree, because the koala is so dumb. It doesn't know the difference between a tree hanging on a wall and an actual tree. And that's how I feel about AI for anything. But there's so many things that it can do really cool shit with, and then there's so 11% of the time it just says something that's so fucking dumb. It's just dumber than what a drunken high 2-year-old would do if he was drinking lead, and it makes up for everything. Also, the fun part of this is you'll see a lot of people on forums talking about how to back in, and you have to like get in there, you have to twist the thing next to over and over again. I've had that a couple times on this, which is why I can keep it out there. But yeah, now it's just kind of becoming a drunk driver. Well, at least I have a month to not have a vacuum. I guess that was $50. How stupid do you think I am for buying this thing? Let me know in the comments down below. That's it for today. As always, I hope you have something. Vacuum the old-fashioned way. Too stressful. What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IGT, and it's time to look through what the Worldwide Box Office is doing as we enter the summer months. Going to do one of these at the start of each season, just to keep an eye on trends and what people are interested in, and see what's the cracks and whatnot. So what's new here? We're way down here, 118 Destroy My Animal Farm film. I'm kind of excited to see because it looks like such a disaster. I couldn't find anywhere in the UK that was screening it, so I'll have to wait for that to come out in some form of digital. But these circuits, again, my boy. This cast is crazy. It's 16 quid. Well done, right? What else do we have here? So LOL 2.0. That's funny. Love Boosters on there. Another film I want to see but can't because I don't have a release in the UK for some reason. Why is that really? Was that true? October 30th. Why is it with these UK release dates? I guess we'll do that at some point. Not allowed. Strange Chapter 3 boo. Some sort of random stuff. It's kind of blown amazing digital circus. The last act. I'm getting added to it, so I'm against the cinema. Completely out of the loop for an episode of a YouTube show to drawing $20 million is pretty impressive. So I'm convinced it's for me, but I'm happy that it's doing well. Podcast horror movie that was lame. The Pride that was lame. Hook in there. 53. A decent little horror movie. More Irish folk horror we can get better. Some memorable scenes in there. It's true that this budget is that low. $25 million. That's a great return there. Maybe we'll get more horror movies from this director. A lot of films aren't perfect. They're cool and unique enough to be worth watching if you're a horror fan. But it's quite good too. The Eilish James Cameron movie is in there. I was kind of tempted to see that because of the weird James Cameron link, but I haven't got around to it. Okay, that much. Magic Faraway Tree. I kept seeing ads for that. Pretty sure this is a gigantic bomb. And how much they spent on it. It didn't look very good. You know, so it gives me a bit of some children's books. But I find a lot more films are obscuring or hiding their budgets in ways that I find quite frustrating. You can't trust in the fucking AOV like quotes Reddit posts because well, like the difference between 35 and 80 million is quite big. Let's go with the lowball 35 even in this. Might as well. I don't know what they think of that. 10% hell boo. I'm long in there. 36 years crazy. Here we go. Some of the blockbuster. Masters of the Universe. Which is also bombing. He-Man fans seem to be liking it, but I don't know how many of those there are. Not that many. If they return, I think so. I guess they're like 100 million plus and shit. That can't be true. What is the point of Google? Like, you're fucking useless. This must be like the Falcon 80s movie. He-Man movies before. I don't know anything about He-Man. This is really confusing. $22 million. That's clearly not one just come out. It's like an 80s film. Masters of the Universe 1987. There's links because that's the same name. What's up? Shit, it's so confusing. It's like Call of Duty having like 4 Modern Warfare as well. Here we go. That was the 1987 one with Facebook 100. What's the strategy then? If this one 80s bomb, so the hey meme would like carry this. Okay, so we're here. 300 million, dude. What the hell are they thinking? If it might be fun, whatever. Some people are enjoying it, but it's kind of insane that you would willingly waste that kind of money. That's the name, Travis Knight. Oh, I was also doing Dark Wildwood. There it is. That's interesting. I'll check out on digital, but I'm not going to see this or anything. What else we got here then? Detective Conan, Fallen Angel of the Highway. Okay, so it's Japanese, so crazy character design. Okay, sure. Is this good? Let me know. Dude, these serious scary movies already made 100 million. That's why I wasn't sure. We're talking on Southern Cusp, but it's all about it. I really want to see it. It's just a fucking name. Anti-woke humor. It felt like it was decades too late. But I've seen they made it for like $5, so 30 million. That's very healthy. What the fuck are you? I'm surprised at this one. Here's the Sheep Detectives movie. It was gonna be really big and a little bit stupid, but it's not going to be a chance. I saw people crying or something. Like, not really catch your because the budget's pretty high. All these CG talking sheep. Yeah, well, $75 million. So that means it's not really making what it needs to because the film is good. I guess. Yeah, I'll see this one comes out digital. I think directed this Minions guys. Okay, really random, but sure. Mortal Kombat 2. It's about 80 million. They're all too high for the ceilings they have. Like, you know, it's like, well, it's not enough when the budget's that high. I know they're expecting more. On that, Battlegrounds aren't doing incredibly well. Happy to see that. So we get around the Bears, the Protector. I'm going to get the top 10 here. Goats. Go to film Goats. Still unfinished. I watched like 2/3 of them. Fell asleep or something. It's fucking boring. And the parody of itself. Here we go. You got the entry search like weird mysteries. Scare Out and DAU. I assume Asian, Chinese, probably. Yep, this is Scare Out. Keep $2 million around. What DAU? Okay, we're sure to verify this information. I guess I'll have to search by American domestic again. Just see what's going to be otherwise. Scream 7 is not particularly well. Just so much shit I don't care about. But it's nice to see Backgrounds at 11. It's my most successful movie now, which is very impressive. Considering the baby director made it, but it was solid. In fact, the Southern Cusp episode about it, JGB on the same day as me. We're going to bring up some check out Southern Cusp review on that one. It's cool to see how well it's doing because it had a pretty small budget. I don't know, small budget. How good the director design is, having these class actors in there, very well shot. So anyone is telling us about that because that's crazy work. Very formal Backrooms media. Bloody hell, Obsession. $124 million under $1 million budget. Mind-blowing stuff. No surprise of the year so far. Sites like everyone coming out of nowhere. Establishing Harry Barker is this new hot thing. I guess horror fans are eating good. Even though they're doing well at the box office like 20 years, Ben Temple, still a movie and it's awesome. And it's variety too. You guys do the podcast horror movies, legacy sequels like Screams, but Backrooms, Obsession. Just for the economic reality of things, horror movies are just filling this niche. They can be creative and cool and sometimes they have kind of low budgets and multiple generations of people seem to be interested. When I saw Backrooms, my screen was like full of Zoomers. It's usually like old people in me. So whatever keeps them alive is cheap horror movies that go and creative and for it. And Abraham Heights still in there. Boo. I'd be shocked if that's in my top 10 for the year. Hate that fucking film. Going to detail on this channel though. Here's another new entry. Star Wars, Mandalorian Grogu, number 7. The sad state of affairs. This is the gamble of their first Star Wars film in 7 years. On the screen being a sequel to a Disney Plus TV show. Kind of stupid. Just a video movie. I'm just
fucking
theater anymore. Strategy. I got the Ryan Gosling stuff out.
So much soy jokes. There's soy jokes and a bunch of children yelling. I guess it's fine, but it's a fucking child. When somebody else's child and see that it's fun.
Fake data boosting it way up. So it's $150 million budget. Really soft, especially like Pixar movie. It doesn't have the title of Toy Story, so I'm sorry, Toy Story 5 this month. It's 3 ambitious Chinese movie. That Toy Story 2 is extremely well. Again, not that surprising. The legacy nostalgia sequel thing. I have seen the original and I might see this. It's $100 million. So much for Hail Mary. Still in there. Number 3. Michael. Number 2. Approaching the billion to surprise nobody. Not so good movie in my opinion, but yeah, surprised this will reach the billion at some point. Just like our first billion of the year. So maybe I like the movie. Kind of don't like the movie. It's hilarious. Quick caveats people come up with like defend it. There's references in the possible. But elimination good anything making loads of money. So obviously there's some big summer hitters yet to come. Spider-Man definitely quickly jump to the top. Toy Story, probably that Minions movie. Odyssey, of course. Avengers. Could have been more disappointing. See what this would look like with just a message. Not bad from when you sort this basically with thoughts on what's going on with the number stuff. Things surprises you predictable. Let's take that. So no comments. Just around. I've been very bad at predicting the future. We all agree that. So I'm willing to say I don't know. Let's consider all the talk about GPUs and all that, and all the capacity problems that are existing with purely energy and the ability to meet all forms of white collar jobs. That is a real problem. Right? We all agree that that's like a real physical constraint. I do not believe that white collar jobs will be able to be automated. Let's just say that white collar jobs can be automated. And this is exactly the same thing with Darwin. Let's just say this is the case. Exactly what he says. So right now, this is kind of our world, right? Our world exists something like this, where you have some sort of structure that looks like this, which of course, if you can't tell, this is Illuminati. Oh my gosh, it's the Illuminati. Okay, it looks something like this, where there is a manager and there's ICs, right? And the ICs go off and they do work, and the manager apparently is like shit rolls down the hill manager who then makes the upper vision and makes practical steps on the ground. Blah 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 blah. The guy just got done saying is that whatever these ICs do, whether it's coding, anything that's a white collar job, also that was a completely straight line until I got a touch optimistic at the end by 1 pixel. Absolutely incorrect. I'd like to see Mr. Chief Scientist do that. So what he's saying is that all of these within 12 to 18 months, AI is going to be capable to do all these positions. So that means there would be an agent for whatever this IC is doing. There's an agent for whatever this IC is doing. There's an agent for whatever this IC is doing, and that's that. So then that means your manager would have to go from manager to some sort of agent master, drives all the agents. Okay, let's just take this exact same picture and couldn't we just do that again? Meaning that instead of ICs right here, we have agent masters. The agent masters can just be automated because we just simply have an agent master agent, right? That's easy. You have a fleet of agent master agents that are easily controlled by one person at that point, right? Well, what's the problem with that? Well, could you have an agent master who then gets turned into an agent, right? Like each one of them, if you can automate the bottom layer, you should be able to keep on automating all the way up. My only question then is it this guy's job? Didn't he just say within 12 to 18 months his job's done? But what's he really doing? Like, wouldn't his stuff just kind of go out? So like, if his prediction is correct, he's also out of a job. Yes, he said all white collar work and he's ranking this. He really is. This messenger is private. This one's all right. This one's trash. And this one's the most private secure of them all. How do I know this? Because I thread model every messaging ad I can think of and created an exam ranking systems score and break their privacy protections. To answer the question which messenger is the most private, we need to have a consistent methodology. For that, use an actual privacy threat model called LIND, which is a comprehensive list of all privacy threats: linkability, identifiability, non-repudiation, detectability, data exposure, awareness, and compliance. This is an excellent benchmark to measure messaging ad against, so I'll do it for all of them thread by thread. By the end, this should give us a ranking table and help us see which messenger is the most or least private based on its privacy score. To simplify this, each thread will be subdivided into 3 vectors: account, usage, and service. Account is about login credentials and authentication. Usage is about all the metadata and usage data collected or exposed by the ad. And service is about how much data the service provider keeps and how it uses it to track you or target you with ads. For each threat, a messenger can get a maximum of plus 3 points if it mitigates each vector, and negative 3 points if it introduces ways of exposing each vector. The first and the biggest threat in the LIND model is linkability. Linkability is when an ad uses your data to track your behavior. Too much tracking and linking your data make it identifiable, which is another privacy threat. Much of this tracking is used for advertising or given to spy agencies. To figure out if a messenger is private, you need to know if you can create an anonymous account and if the company behind it uses your data to track you. For example, on everything from WhatsApp or Facebook to iMessage, your account is used to track your behavior on the app as well as across the internet to target you with ads. We know this from their privacy policies and business models built on advertising. So these messengers get negative points on linkability. Private apps like Signal, Freemar, Simplex do not run ads and are actively designed to purge your data rather than track it. Their business models either donations or they have paid plans. So the most extreme privacy apps like Wire and Kush are making zero compromises. Not only do they allow completely anonymous accounts and have no tracking business, they are routing your traffic through the anonymous Tor network and are designed to be fully resistant to all forms of metadata surveillance. So these different designs will result in quite different scores. Signal gets a single point because they're not using your phone number for tracking. You are allowed to use an anonymous phone number, but spies and hackers could use Signal phone number to track you down, and they can get it directly from Signal or internet providers. So Signal won't get any additional points. Freemar is a mixed bag because it is only truly anonymous if you use it on Android, pay for it in cash, and didn't use your phone number to sign up. So give Freemar only 1 point as well. Unlike these two though, Simplex and Session are both sufficiently decentralized. They are therefore more resilient to metadata surveillance. Even spies and hackers welcome their companies, so they'll each get 2 points. However, Wire and Kush take it a step further by implementing Tor into their app. This renders most active forms of surveillance unfeasible. So Wire and Kush get all 3 points on linkability. As I said before, too much linkability exposes you to identifiability threats. To be truly private on the internet, you should have the ability to conceal your identity from others. It helps to protect you from scammers and targeted attacks as well as harassment, stalkers, and other creeps known as marketers. And you know my opinion on marketers. By the way, if anyone here is in advertising or marketing, kill yourself. So to know if a messenger is private, you need to know if it's using your account to identify. Your account is identifiable if any of the following is collected and used by the app: your name, phone number, email address, home address, IP address, any info, advertiser ID, any unique user ID, any personal data used for linkability. The biggest offenders on identifiability threats are iMessage, Facebook, WhatsApp, Discord, and Viber. They want to know who you are and will ask for more info to make sure they got you with certainty. You may even have to provide a government ID or a facial scan to use it. So not only are these apps not protecting your identity, they're actively attacking. So they all get minus points on identifiability. Private messengers do not protections even if they require otherwise identifiable credentials. Signal allows nicknames and Wire only means for email address. So they get a point. Session, Freemar, and Simplex get 2 points because their accounts are anonymous. So all 3 points go to Kush and Wire, which offer anonymous accounts that only exist in the dark web and on your device. Nothing is identifiable. You'll notice there's no Today, using end-to-end encryption is being criminalized and vilified throughout the world. With age verification laws, chat control bills, and AI scanning your messages on device, the need to hide the fact that you use a secure messenger is now paramount. This threat is called non-repudiation. It's the opposite of plausible deniability. A serious private messenger must be able to hide its existence or at least the fact that you're using it. The problem is that all big tech platforms will heavily vet you out the highest bidder and respond to nearly every government request. In most cases, the government doesn't even need to know if you have an account somewhere. They can just go to Apple, Google, Meta, Microsoft, or other company with your name alone, and they'll just give them your account data. They log everything and share those logs with or without your consent, and for that, they'll get all the strikes they can get. Non-repudiation is a bitch. So much so that even Signal, the gold standard of secure messaging, doesn't pass it. Signal cryptographically ties your phone number to your account. If the government spies or hackers know your phone number, they can attack your account. Signal is designed to be this way so that it's easier to use and get people on board. But it also means it isn't as private as it could be, and for that, Signal gets this right. Wire, email sessions, simplex chat, and force Wire and Kush all got rid of the phone number requirement. They make it so much easier to use them without associating a real life ID. For this and their data minimization practices, they get 2 points. 1 extra point goes to Wire and Kush because their dark web designs leave no traceable metadata to collect. Whether you can or cannot plausibly deny using an encrypted messenger also means whether others can detect it without your consent. This is called detectability. With advanced AI surveillance, this threat is growing rapidly, and sadly, almost every messenger fails to protect you against it. All centralized and big tech apps holding registry of accounts make it easier for people to connect with and discover their friends. This isn't true just for Facebook or iMessage, it's also true for Signal. The big tech apps are the worst at this because they actively share your accounts with advertisers. So Internet can share your info with data brokers who can then sell your info to spies and hackers around the world. It's not a surprise that other than using SMS text, these are the worst offenders. Signal gets a double strike, one for their stubborn phone number requirement, and the other for Signal's intentional discoverability feature that allows hackers to find out if you have a Signal account simply by knowing your phone number. This leaves the trio of simplex chat free mind session. You think I've given a point, but they'll get it right instead. That's because by default their traffic goes through the regular internet. The fact that you're using them when, where, how often, how long, and with whom is exposed. How therefore internet providers, hackers, and spies. Footnote: there's one caveat for both Session and Simplex. They're both trying to obfuscate their metadata paths with their own decentralized networks. Session can show you that your path is going through multiple nodes supposedly run independently of one another. If you're feeling generous, you could give them a plus one in the detectability of service because it should be theoretically more difficult to track your social graph and message metadata. None of these networks are as mature and well audited as the Tor network. The fact that you use either of them is still detectable. Advanced adversaries can still perform correlation attacks quite easily on these young decentralized networks. End of footnote. Only Wire and Kush get the perfect score on this. When you use them, only the fact that you're connected to the Tor network is revealed, but nothing else. None of the privacy attributes matter if the app is insecure. Privacy is not the same as security, but security is one of the prerequisites for privacy. In the Linden threat model, this threat is called data disclosure. You want your messenger to protect your messages to the highest extent possible, even against the company developing the app. This prerequisite can only be met with always on default end-to-end encryption across the board. This requirement isn't met by two most widely available messaging options, SMS and iMessage. By default, they are not encrypted end-to-end. Even iMessage encryption can be accessed by apps. To enable E2E on iMessage, you have to turn on advanced data protection in your iCloud settings and then convince all your friends on iMessage to do that too. It's way too many steps to get it done, and that gives iMessage a strike. Telegram is also a big offender here. It falsely claims the messenger is encrypted or secure, but it has no default end-to-end encryption for one-on-one chats, and that option doesn't even exist for group chats at all. Telegram gets a double strike. Discord is a weird example. It does encrypt voice and video calls, but it doesn't extend it to chat somehow. So Discord too doesn't meet requirements to implement E2E across the board. Discord gets a strike. RCS, WhatsApp, Facebook, Viber, Wire, Matrix all operate by default, so we'll give them a point. Signal, Session, Freemail, Simplex, Chat, Wire, and Kush all provide strong E2E. They differ in some aspects like implementing quantum safe cryptography or perfect forward secrecy. For these differences, they'll get a different score, but they're all solid. The last two threats are awareness and non-compliance. These are soft threats because they don't exist in technical or complicated designs. They exist in the company records, marketing materials, their privacy policies, lawsuits, and records of malpractice. Companies like Apple and now the rest of the tech will swear on their mother's graves that they do everything to protect your privacy. The worst offender is Apple, who literally ran this ad that whatever happens on the iPhone stays on your iPhone. Just categorically untrue. Apple has living class action lawsuits for false claims. Companies like Meta and Google have been regularly fined for breaking privacy laws of perhaps every country in the world. It's a complete shit show out there. For the private contenders on this list, I'll give them all the same score for their active efforts to minimize how much info they retain and how much they're willing to put a fight against authoritarian surveillance laws. Wire and Kush score better because even if you kidnap their developers, they wouldn't be able to say anything because they don't have any data. The apps are completely decentralized. They are peer-to-peer. Literally nothing exists on the network. It's all Tor and on device. This is final. So that was the last threat. This should give us our final score. So which messenger is the most private and how private is the one you're using? With the Linden threat model, I build a scoring table where I rank each messaging app according to its privacy score. At the very bottom will always be SMS text. I can't think of any other method of talking to another person that is less secure and private in literally every category. iMessage by default is only marginally better than SMS text and can be somewhat improved, but its defaults are a privacy disaster across the board. I also put Slack in there just for the funsies. Slack is a workplace surveillance tool and nobody should treat it as private ever. Telegram is better than SMS text. It even gets a point for identifiability because it technically is possible to use Telegram without revealing your true name. But everywhere else, Telegram is only slightly better than SMS text, which is like saying RCS is a new protocol to replace SMS text, and really the only thing it's better at is its default end-to-end encryption. It still isn't recommended because it fails against every other Linden threat and probably always will. For every one of those big tech social media innovations, they all get the same rank more or less. Anything from Viber through WhatsApp and Facebook, while with some end-to-end encryption, they all track you through your ads, and that's just bad. Wire as a messenger is actually pretty good, but its function is mostly designed for enterprise use. For a general user, there are better options. That's similar with Matrix. Good for communities, not the best for private chat. And so these are the top 6 most secure private messengers in the world. These are the ones I would recommend. The 6th and 5th position are shared by Signal and Session. They're both great for most Linden threats and trade lows and few. Signal has advanced encryption features that are mature and developed, while Session doesn't require a phone number and is thus more resistant to identifiability and detectability threats. Unlike the others, Freemice paid only with no free option. Above Freemice, a category of no compromises. That's simplest. Encryption features are unparalleled. Accounts are anonymous unless made identifiable with user consent. You can hide from almost anything except for the fact that you're using it. Other than that, no private information is available for hackers, scammers, and spies to pick on. Which leaves us with the only two messengers that are even better than this. That's Wire and Kush. Wire and Kush exists because somebody asked, hey, what if we build the most clandestine and unbreakable tool for human communication and literally the rest? And that's what they did. By default, not only are Wire and Kush accounts anonymous, your use of them is hidden behind Tor. They have no central servers, so there's no data to hack or collect. Even if you shut down the whole internet, Wire can still work over Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. The only thing they don't have is users, but we can start fixing that. Am I right? What if we can use Wire and Kush with some of our most hardcore friends and keep Signal for normies? Happy gangsta as hell and stand feels good to be a gangsta.
Oh, what the heck? It's a game, what the fuck? Mm. Oh man, what the fuck? What am I about to watch? Gosh, what? What the actual fuck? What the fuck? I don't even know what. I got just I'm gonna put it here just for meme's sake. Don't expect much else.
I just canceled a date with a man like 15 minutes before I was supposed to be on the date. I was walking my dog on the boardwalk, other guy walking his dog, our dogs say hi to each other. End of this conversation, he asked for my number, I gave him my number. Yesterday he texted me, asked if I wanted to get a drink tonight. I said sure. I mentioned to him, like, also FYI, like, I don't really drink, but like I'm down to get a mocktail. So I said that, he's like, yeah, no problem, it'll be fun. See you soon, excited to get you drunk on a school night. Haha, like I said, I don't drink. He says, we'll see about that, with a winky face. Already annoying, but I'm like, let me not jump to conclusions, he's probably just trying to be funny. And I said, I'm sure you're just joking, but really I'm not gonna drink. And he says, like I said, I'll change your mind. To which I responded, I just want to make sure that this is a joke and we're doing a bit. And he said, I'm very convincing. Trust me, you'll have more fun if you have a drink. I said, if you're serious, I don't think we should go out anymore. Have a good night. And he said, okay, bet. Hello?
I want y'all to notice, so see, this is how flirting works, right? So he makes a joke and she's like, she gives him an out. Haha, I'm sure you're joking. And then he doubles down and then she's like, hey, I don't think you're really understanding. So she's giving multiple exits for the guy and he's not taking it. The moment that this guy crosses over into pushiness, it's a deal breaker. I see this time and time and time again. Even when it comes to successful relationships, the people who do this well are the people who end up in relationships. And the people who do it poorly are the ones who end up getting canceled on 15 minutes ahead of time because they're not respecting someone's boundaries. So a big part of flirtation, the other person has to feel safe. So they have to have an exit strategy. There must be plausible deniability. If you want to flirt with someone, give them an exit strategy. That's huge.
Nope.
I've never seen an octopus open a jar before.
I'm putting in this new red jar. It's got a humongous crab in it. Now, I showed the crab to Tommy before I put it in it. Tommy was sound asleep. Look at, he's trying to figure out which way to go. He's never seen this jar before. Totally interested in it. Look at him check it out with his arms and his suckers. Look at that. Look at Tommy. He's still got his eyes closed. He's doing this asleep. He's basically asleep right now. That's how closed his eye is. He's asleep. Oh, he got the lid off already. Holy shmoly.
Oh yeah, back to the VPN, I guess. Oh. Yep, we started. What is this about? Let me read it. That's nice. Really well made. Oh man, still sucks to enable VPN just from one channel. Oh hell. Yep. The hell is this? Guess much else to see here other than stuff that we already seen. Not afford the software and the hardware for that though. Good luck everyone. Just don't be poor, I guess. Hold on. Holy shit, I don't see the guys. Is the guy still alive? Yeah, he used to upload stuff and no longer. Well, real. True enough. Oh, fuck. Oh, well. I guess this is another refresh and that's it. Go to the watch later stuff. Oh yeah, let me disable this thing. God damn it. I had to reload here. Nope. Not much else. How much else really? It's been all 1 hour footage. Well, that's fine. Felt short, but you know. From 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. It's full. Okay. So just gonna check on this next time. But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna make a quick family-sized tray right now. I want to show you how I do it. Roll, egg plant,
I fucked it up.
provolone cheese. I'll lay it down there. Lay it down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna make a quick family-sized tray right now, and I want to show you how I do it. Rolled eggplant involtini, fried eggplant down, provolone cheese. I'll lay it down there, ricotta cheese, dollop, another little dollop. I'm gonna kind of roll it and tuck it. Isn't that pretty? We got these new family-sized trays. We can ship them out in the mail all over the country. Nice layer of the tomato sauce. I'm gonna fill this whole tray up, nice and tight. Sauce right over the top. Now we'll hit this side. The whole milk mozzarella, greater amount. And in like 35 minutes for 12 people. This is what you get, and it is so easy to get real good Italian-American food these days.
Yes. Oh my fucking god! Why are you here? Why? Oh my gosh! Are you making normal content now? Oh. Please tell me this is just normal content. It has to be normal. Please, normal content.
Just stop it. Stop talking about students as if they're dumb. Okay? Everyone can write. I mean, look at this sentence right here, all right? Starts with a capital letter, right? You know, okay, there's no period at the end, but I'm sure it makes sense. Look, everybody's saying nobody cares, but nobody's talking about the number of peas. It's sats. Oh, fuck.
I'm not gonna drop a like on this one. I don't wanna get this her videos recommended on my feed. So yeah, but it was kind of funny. It was hold on. So yeah, let me check those links. Apparently it was around 20. Just a very round 20. Wait, I'm forgetting something. Yeah, I forgot this one. Should I got a copy from here? I think. No, actually, because it's gonna give me. There's a way, because it's a short video. Sometimes it just gets wrong. But if I get from the history tab, it's fine. If I get it from here, it's wrong. So I can just copy directly. I don't need to open it. Let me see. Yeah, it's a watch. The watch type, not the short type. The fastest potential, where does my king saying back fast? Okay, yep.